So why go to the Mediterranean when you can bring the Mediterranean to us? French baguettes, yeah, we got them. Coffee, we got that too. Crystal clear water, tick. I'll throw in a couple of friendly bull sharks as well to help you with your swimming stroke. So if that's where you're at, if that's what you want to do with your time, I think I might just have a boat for you. My name's Dan Jones, this is Dan's Boat Life, and today I'm on the Prestige 420S, a beautiful piece of kit. I've actually just been for a drive, had a look at it from the drone, and we're going to do a walkthrough. So come with me. Starting at the back of the boat, Mike, you come up here, I'll swap around and walk you through. You'll have to excuse some of the smoke. There's a bushfire burning today, so it is what it is. But first, at the back of the boat, we've got a hydraulic drop-down swim platform. So this is great for your tender. You've probably got about a 300 to 500 kilogram capacity on a drop-down platform of this size, and you can just deploy tenders or use it for getting in and out of the water. Just here, I'm looking at a barbecue. So that's a Kenyan electric barbecue, a hot and cold sink, and a little bit of prep station just here. And I can see some protection for the heat if you happen to put the plate down as well. Moving our way around, there's actually a dog kennel. Nah, just kidding. This is for storage for your tenders and toys. Deflated tenders, deflated pool toys, floaty toys, fenders, all that sort of stuff is going to go just fine in there. We do have one cleat on the back of the boat here, and we've got another cleat just up here. It's really nice to see more cleats on boats like this, because the last thing you want to be doing is struggling to find somewhere to secure the boat. All real teak laid in the deck, and we can see that on the back of the deck as well, but not forward. And I've got a couple of grab handles just here, and it looks like there's a removable swim ladder on port. That's probably a big swim ladder, and it would attach to this. I haven't seen it yet, but I bet you it's stored in here. So it's one of those ones that you are... it slides out. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Mike. It's a slide out swim ladder. Oh, right here. Just here. No problems. So, what else are we finding? Shore power in and out just here. I've got a hot and cold shower just here. So that's a pull-out hot and cold shower. This is the operation for the drop-down swim platform just here. And another cleat. Stainless steel dog and kid gate just here. And here we go. This is the social part of the boat, and this is comfortable. So whilst I'm here, it's probably worth explaining a little bit about the Prestige brand. So built by Jeanneau, one of the biggest boat builders in the world, based in France. Prestige is like the premium quality line, and they do three lines. So they've got the F series, the S, which is what we're on right now, F for flybridge, S for sport, and then they've also got the X line, which is a new line, very, very interesting looking, I guess X for Explorer. And I believe they've already sold one coming into Sydney, an X70, so that's going to be pretty exciting. But if you are the sort of person that wants a little bit of luxury, wants to get out and enjoy your weekends, do some coastal cruising, your wife, perhaps some kids or another adult couple, and you want a boat that can cruise decent distances, but you're not solely fishing focused, you're more about enjoying your time on the water in places like this, well, that's when a Prestige is going to be a boat that you should be looking at. Long lunches, entertaining, holidays, weekends is what the Prestige has been designed for. Anyway, continuing with the walkthrough, this is access to the lazarette just here. So the dog kennel, which I just opened before, is also accessible from here, which is a sensible way to design it. In terms of space, I mean, you'll get the whole family here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, no problems. This is a solid teak table just here. That feels like it's about 1.5 inches thick, and this is drop down. It's got 2 legs, so there's definitely going to be facility to turn that into a coffee table or a big day bed out the back here. As I mentioned before, we've got the teak decks here. This is always good to see because you've got good grip underfoot. It feels nice, but they haven't continued the teak forward, which is sensible for our part of the world because teak does require that little bit of extra maintenance. Now, I know there are optional sunshades which deploy out the back here. This particular boat doesn't have it, but you can do that on this model, and they can be electrically operated. And under here, what do we have here? Let's have a look. So I've got some lights. I'm going to say this is storage for covers and access into the system. So that's possibly somewhere to store covers, but it's good to see nice access on boats. I love opening things like this as we go. I've got a couple of down lights. I've got a deck hatch just here, which gives me access to the motors. An emergency bilge. This looks like another little storage area. What's in there? Ropes, bits and pieces. So that's a little storage spot. And coming into the boat, before we get there, you've definitely got enough space for 1, 2, 3, 4 director's chairs. So back to the luxury lunching, you know, if you've got 6 people here and another 4 people here comfortably, that's cool. That's cool. It's the kind of thing you want to do on a boat like this. So I like it. Making our way in. Grab handle, grab handle. We'll walk around the decks after we've done the interior. This opening door, this is a 4-piece door, so sliding, and it locks in place with big bolts just here, and that's solid. It wasn't rattling around on the test drive, so that was good to see. But this is going to open and close, and that's fully open at this position here, but I can tell by the 3 different pins that you can lock it at the different stages. So if you just want to have it a little bit open, it looks like you can do that. Come in here, follow me into the galley, take my sunnies off now that I'm inside, and let's just soak all this in. So, as I said, the Prestige, it's the premium, it's the luxury line for Jeanneau. So it's a step up in fit, finish and quality. And that's the vibe I'm getting when we come in here. But talking about the layout, I've got midships galley. So this is really functional and practical because, you know, we've got entertaining and dining area here, and then we've got an inside dining area here. So for the social boaters, for the family boaters, having a single level boat, you've got a couple of benefits. You've got the fun factor because you can be driving and talking to your guests, entertaining, everyone's communicating and on the one level. The operational factor, you're not going up and down stairs. If you play too much rugby and your knees are a little bit dodgy, you're not having to worry about that whole transit. But also just the time it takes to prepping and then packing up a flybridge boat. It's just more time. You've got more covers, you've got more areas that are going to get dirty. So at the beginning of the weekend, at the end of your weekend, you just got more work. So many people want to opt for a single level boat like this because it's literally open the doors, turn the batteries on, fire up the motors, and you're ready to rock and roll. So anyway, can you see there, Mike? I'm just going to start opening and closing everything. This looks like pantry storage. That's good to see on gas struts just there. I've got fixed glass windows. I can see ocean air pull down blinds behind me. High quality stainless, hot and cold. A single stainless steel sink, sort of yay deep just there. Got a little bit of a backsplash just here. That's a mirror finish on timber, and I've got somewhere to put your salt and peppers if you need just there. That's good stainless uprights there. We've got a 2-burner Kenyan hot plate. So this is generator. We have a generator at 7.5 kVA power. So this is all going to be fine in terms of your electric barbecue, your electric cooking here. So there's no gas on board or necessary on a boat like this. Little bit of charging in here. I can see two 240 volt sockets, not 12. What am I saying? Just in here. So this is a good place to charge your phone. So you can come in, wallets, phones, leave things on charge, ready to rock and roll. And a little bit of pantry storage just here. So that's sensible pantry. And then we've got drawers just there for all your thingamajiggies. Oven. This looks like one of those microwave oven thingos. Whirlpool. Okay, don't ask me the details on that because I don't know. And pull-out bin. Just here with enough storage behind it for all your cleaning gear and the oven trays, so that's good. These finishes as we come through, this is all just nice touches that you see on Prestiges. So that's good to see. We've got a bit of glass here, some leather wrapping over the stainless, so you're not going to leave fingerprints as people are walking through the boat, so that's nice. And it's worth talking about this darker, it looks like a dark oak flooring just here. So we go from, this flooring carries right through the boat, but we go the timber flooring in the galley where it is going to get dirty, and then the woolen carpet just forward. So when you're walking around in sort of those colder nights, your feet are still going to be comfortable and warm. So the galley stretches both sides of the boat from port to starboard. Before we get there, I can see okay, here's where all your battery on-off locations are. So all the batteries, we can turn the generator on and off here. I've got facilities to activate water pressure. So all the beginnings of your operation of the boat will begin here, which kind of makes sense because you're going to open the door, turn the batteries on, and then start to activate all the systems. So that's a sensible layout. Moving our way through here, let's have a look. Similar pantry storage. Got a couple of brochures in there now, but that's obviously going to be more useful for cereal boxes and plates and bowls and all that sort of stuff. I like seeing this. This is a good little sort of serving or preparation area because you could be cooking here and doing all your prep over here and then serving there. So that's kind of like boom, boom, boom. That's a good, clever use of limited space. What am I looking at here? This looks like an aircon outlet just here, 240 volts, light switches and an aircon control. This boat's got the fridges, although you can option it with big freezers as well. So these are deep fridges, stainless steel, running off the batteries. Just there. Oh, look at that. We've got some verve in there. And then they've got these little things to stop the fridge from opening when you're in a seaway. So that's smart to see. Okay, whoa, quite deep. So that goes all the way back there, and we've got 2 drawers. So that's just quite good for extra storage in your galley. Fusion control just here. That looks like an AUX for plugging in, but you can also Bluetooth it off the phone as well. Coming through, so I can see a nice big blind. So this whole area, if you want privacy, we've got drop-down blinds like this all the way port and starboard. I'll just leave that down so you can see. And then we've got a curtain pulling across the back door. So if you were in a marina, you're going to have a good amount of privacy should you choose. And there we go. So come and have a look at me here, Mike, and then I'll just walk you guys through. The roof, I've got some good plush finishings. I've got some smooth strip lighting, and we've got downlights as well. And then the windows, it's fixed glass up until here and then opening there. This couch, perfectly comfortable. You sit upright, probably a little bit short, but I know this has a dual use. So I guess this is a good place. Oh, actually, that's how you use this one. Like this, underway, long trips, going to Queensland. Yeah, that's me. I can see an aircon outlet here as well, blowing air up. I can see 2 12-volt USB outlets and a 240 just there. I reckon there's an aircon unit underneath this seat here. I don't reckon that's storage because we've got these grates just here. But this cushion, so see if you can capture this as I move my way across. This is multifunctional. Good design, boats. I love seeing multifunctional furniture. The saloon table just here drops down electrically, and then this turns into a big day bed, and you actually, using this puff seat thingamajiggy, you can put this cushion on top of here, and all of this will turn into a day bed. So I think what you do is move that out of the way and bring this and put it on top, and then you've just got a nice big day bed setup. But let's see how comfortable this is. Woo, geez. Okay, this is big. This is quite loungy. Yeah, that's comfortable. You sit here with your feet up and have this drop down. That's absolutely a nice place to be. And my feet aren't even touching the floor here. I'm 5'7", so large people are going to have no issues enjoying themselves at this table. Let's see how this operates. So, okay. Looks like we've got, this probably slides. So, there's, thank you, Mike. So there's a little lock. Right, okay. Clever. Alrighty. So, electrically up and down, and as we just saw, we can minimize the size of the table by unlocking, opening, and spinning. So, how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4. You could still get 6 people around here. And this looks like it's movable. Yes, it is. So this has got a bolt on the floor at the moment. So when you're in a seaway, it's not going to fall all over the place, but that is movable if you wanted to bring someone around this side of the table. So again, you know, you're going to have seen this on other boats of this style, but having the ability to do your al fresco dining out there and bring the party inside when it starts to get a little bit nippy is great. Or, you know, days like today, if that bushfire kicks off too much and the smoke gets a little bit unbearable, you could just close the boat up and crank the aircon and make the make the environment to your needs, so to speak. Do I see anything underneath? No storage underneath these ones, because that's going to be the accommodation below. Now, just come with me and have a look as we go. This is another area to charge phones. So I can see 2 charging points in here, perfect for phones, maybe some small laptops. I know this is an optional pop-up television, not on this particular boat, but that's where you could have it. But this, to me, looks like, as we're all doing work from boat these days, this looks like the laptop charging place, because you've got a little gap here, you can send the cables through, and you can have multiple devices in here, large devices on charge, out of the way, looking neat and tidy. So that's what I'd be doing with that. Okay, what do we see under here? Okay, that's where you put your scotch. And obviously not drinking underway, but that's for when you get you to your destination. The helm, really functional, comfortable and operational. You're going to see that in the test drive video, so subscribe for that. I've also done a separate video on how this joystick works. So this is a shaft drive boat, but with joystick parking. It's quite interesting and it works. Watch the video. I found the visibility for my size perfect. I found the drivability from a seated position comfortable, and I think that's what you would do, because this is a boat that you go long journeys on. This is a boat you would absolutely drive to Queensland. You would sit the thing on 25, 26 knots offshore, plan your trips, just travel at day, in the daytime, pull into ports at night, and that's the kind of thing you would do very, very easily on a boat like this. Quickly, drop down window. This operates just on a sliding mechanism here, so that's really easy to use. And it's got a little warning beepy beepy, but sunroof. So it opens all the way to the back. Let's just have a look. Whew, yeah, that sun's getting hot. Still winter here in Sydney. Okay, all the way to the back here. So let the hot air out, no problems. Create your own environment, no problems too. Let's go downstairs and have a look at the cabin. I'll just get my film bag out of the way so you can see. Take my sunnies off. Alrighty, so here we go. This is the forward VIP. And what are we looking at here? We've got a beautiful big king size bed. But one thing that I noted is that you've got the option to slide this bed out and make it longer, or retract it and make it a little bit shorter. So once again, sensible use of a limited amount of space. But what are we looking at? Over on port, I've got a big stand-up hanging locker with a big mirror on it. I've got an opening drawer just there, similar as what we have on starboard here in terms of this bench area, with a fiddle just here and there to stop your phones and things rolling out of bed. And then I've got the air conditioning outlet on starboard. I've got the lights operation. We've got reading lights, and we've got some charging on port, plus an opening hatch just overhead. We've got this felt finish, which is quite nice and plush, gives it a warm feel. And what's that? That's fiberglass, and then this is all like an oak type timber finish that we'll see carried through the boat, and a proper bedboard, headboard for the bed. It is air conditioned, so we can have the windows open, 1, 2, 3 hatches for crossflow ventilation, or close it and take aircon through the vents just here. The unit itself, the forward compressor is just behind us here. And then one more opening hatch, storage locker just there. Finally, one other thing worth noting, again, sensible use of space, is that the main door, rather than being one big door, which would take up a lot of space when it's open, they've actually split it into two. So you have two leafs which open like that and allows you more space to move around. No, this isn't the toilet. This is a walk-in closet, but it can be a toilet. So this particular layout has been set up with this ginormous walk-in closet. There's another metre of space aft of me where you are there. Huge big opening door just here with giving you access to these 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves, 5, 6 up here. So if you are going to be going places and loading the boat up, this is potentially the option you want. You know, as a couples cruiser, you know, having this extra storage space is going to be really beneficial. Alrighty, so this is like one of the highlights of this boat, absolutely. With 2 large windows either side. It's a full beam master cabin, so we're located in the middle of the boat. We've got the engine bay aft of us here. We've got the walk-in wardrobe and loo just forward of us. But we've got all this space, these big cabinets on either side. All of these are opening, and we've got deep storage that goes all the way forward. Couple of shelves there, and even more access to systems on either side. And then a slightly different setup on port because we have another air conditioning compressor just there. But yeah, this is great. Opening window. You can do natural ventilation. You can have it air conditioned. We've got the mood lights. We've got the normal lights. We've got the reading lights. We've got the power just here and here. You can sit up in bed. Another hanging locker just there. You're certainly going to be happy for long periods of time on a setup like this. So, single head on this boat. As I said, you can option it with a second. You really notice the Prestige fit and finish in here because we've got Corian bench tops. I've got Corian around the floor, also in the shower. It is a separate shower, and one thing which is a sensible use of space and worth noting in this particular version, you can actually exit through the shower stall. So that's VIP access into the loo via that door, but it is lockable. So if you're coming in from the master cabin, which has its own private access from the master, you can actually lock that door and no one's going to surprise you on the dunny. But you've got, this is like a Perspex shower screen, looks like more than enough space. Yeah, heaps. So a lot of headroom, enough space to do your thing, and a ledge just here for, you know, storing your shampoos and bits and pieces. And this is a plastic wall. It's got texture to it, so it doesn't look plasticky. It actually looks quite nice, but it's plastic, therefore it's going to be practical. And it's just a double wing like door secured up here. So you just do this, close it like that. But that also means it's not going to open up unnecessarily when you're underway. And then we've got this, looks like a pottery porcelain, I don't know what you call that, but it's quite a nice high quality looking bowl. And then the loo roll's just in here, couple of storage shelves there. That's a electric toilet just there. We've got an air conditioning outlet into the toilet compartment as well. An opening window just there. Towel hanging, hand towel hanging, power just there, and some blinds for privacy. Plus, loads of storage, extra storage here, and more in here. So, as a single head boat, you're going to be very comfortable in this one. Okay, so come with me and let's check out the engine access, and then we'll have a quick walk around decks on the foredeck. So, there is a test drive video, subscribe, and you can learn a little bit more about that, including the parking video. But just quickly, she's got 425 horsepower Cummins, and they are V-drive shafts. So this is quick access just through here. We've got this little aluminium ladder that takes us down into the engine bay. We've got a 7.5 kVA genset mid-mounted, and I saw stainless steel tanks on either side. But we also have this extra hatch here, which gives us even better access on top of the motors. So just here, that gives you really good access. Another little ladder for mechanics to get down there, work on the motors themselves. That's really not something that you as the owner is going to have to worry about, but it's good to know it's there. And for your day access, just here. So that's good. It's insulated as well, which is worth noting. Come with me, let's walk around the decks. The smoke's starting to clear, which is good. Sun's coming out. So, access-wise, handle, grab handle here, and you could actually use the roof as a little bit of a handhold because of the design allows you to. I've got navigation lights just here, but come with me. We've got 1, 2 steps, midships cleat just here, and here's where you can see the sunroof operation. It's just a solid glass, but come forward and I'll actually explain everything that I'm looking at around here. So hopefully you can try and get all that in shot. But very, very good lounging area up here. If you want to get some sun, this is where you do it. But whilst I'm here, I've got a Lumar electric anchor windlass. I've got a couple of fair leads, 2 cleats on the bow. So if you're picking up a mooring, you've got the option to do it on left or right. I've got a stainless steel bow roller, some gal chain, beautiful stainless anchor, which we deployed just before. And in terms of access, so you've got fender storage, large fender storage just here, the ability to operate the windlass from the bow, but as I said, we did do it at the helm, and then all the chain storage separated via a divider on starboard, and then a little safety strop just here. Sun lounge, oh yeah, that's great, super comfy. So I did notice something before, that's very clever. So when the sun comes down, this is the place to do your book reading from. You could even enjoy a ride here, but I wouldn't be doing that at speed. So it looks like this one and that one pop up, and I can see there's also a cover which goes over this, so you don't actually have to remove these cushions when you're actually packing the boat up at the end of the day. Come with me, we'll keep walking around. So the bow is a little bit squared off, just gives you a bit more volume up the front there, and you can also see that from the drone shots in terms of the design of the hull, which does that. But we've got 2 windscreen wipers. They had individual buttons, which was good to see. I got water in here, waste out there, which makes sense because the loo was just below us. And then you go down 1 small step there, handhold, midships cleat, and then you've got this grab rail, so you could walk holding onto that. Another step, and the final one to take you down onto the aft deck, which is all on the 1 level. Okay, well that was fun. Thank you for joining me, and do subscribe if you want to have a look at the test drive video or the joystick parking for that matter, which it's good to test a new piece of technology which I haven't tried before, and I hope you'll learn something out of that as well. What do I think of this boat? The 420S, I like it. This is a boat you take on holidays. This is a boat that you own through your progression of boat ownership. So what do I mean by that? You've had the center console, you've done the fancy day boat, now you want to spend weekends, long lunches, or have a floating holiday home, second house for that matter. This is the kind of thing you would look at. You like the idea of being able to go up to Port Stephens, belt up to Queensland for winter. This is the sort of boat that you look at for that. It's something that a couple would be super, super happy with, a family even happier, and large families or multiple families for big day trips as well. So yeah, that's it. My name's Dan Jones. This is Dan's Boat Life. I'll see you on the next one.